Well, hello, President Obama, and thank you for taking my question. And the question is this. I hear you and other politicians and pundits and economists always talking about the real estate recovery. Well, let's see what that recovery looks like for a person like myself. Now, I am a Vietnam vet, and I've finally come to a stage in my life where I want to buy a home and can afford to buy a home. And indeed, I started looking in 2003, 2004, and I didn't find anything, but lo and behold, the prices had started to move up rather rapidly, 2005, 2006, 2007, to a point where a $150,000 house that I was looking at was now $600,000, $650,000, $700,000. Of course, that was the great bubble, and that bubble was about to burst. But let's take a look at that burst. Yeah, that burst came down, and it came down fast, and it was part of the Great Recession. But that same $150,000 house dropped all the way down to $300,000, $350,000. In other words, twice as much as it was just a few years earlier. For me, it was still quite expensive. I had a pre-approval letter and the VA documentation ready to go, but the prices were still high. And lo and behold, now I hear everybody talking about, oh, real estate is recovering, real estate is recovering. Yeah, it's recovering up to $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 for that same $150,000 house. So that doesn't fare well for someone like myself and many other people, Mr. President. This housing recovery you speak of is just getting the prices back up to $600,000, $700,000 for an ordinary house in Southern California. You know, Mr. President, the only people who are benefiting from that are the people who are assessing the real estate at a higher level so that more taxes are collected by state, city, county, and in some cases even the federal level. Everybody benefits. Who's benefiting from this raise in the price of real estate? Well, it's the unions who run the cities, the states, and the counties, and their assessments are higher, therefore they're collecting more taxes. And now the taxes for a month on the $150,000 house used to be about $200, $175. Now they're really $300, $400, and in some cases $500 a month for just the taxes, Mr. President. Just the taxes to pay to the unions and the government workers who are utilizing that money. So, Mr. President, I want to ask you one more time. Is this the recovery you want? You want the prices to be $600,000 and $700,000 for an ordinary house? I don't think so. I don't think all of us want that. The prices are way too high. We need to take a look at having an affordable house, not just raising the prices so that we can call it a recovery. The only people benefiting are the politicians and the unions. Thank you for answering my question, Mr. President.